everyone, and welcome to another review. Today we're going to go ahead and review a fragrance that was released back in the year of 2007. The fragrance we're talking about is called For Him by Narciso Rodriguez. Now, the Narciso Rodriguez line is a bunch of fragrances basically that I've actually meant to review for a while now. A lot of people have suggested that I go ahead and get my hands on them, but I've never really gotten a chance to get around just because I've clearly been reviewing a lot of fragrances and the cards didn't fall that way, the dice didn't roll that way, but now I am just glad to actually get into it. And I was really excited to be testing this fragrance and going through. Now, I actually really like the bottle design for it. I think it's very simple, it's very elegant, and it's, just very basic and at the same time appealing. And so I got no real complaints about the bottle. You're going to find it in two main sizes. You're going to find it in a 1.7 and you're going to find it in a 3.0. Now the 1.7 is going to run you about $64 retail and the 3.0 is going to run you about $82 retail. So do some shopping around, and if you look, you'll actually find this far cheaper. If you look on various discount sites, gray market sites, you can find, I saw the 3.4 for roughly $33. But as always, be cautious, try and do some research where you're buying, and understand that if you get it from a third-party site, you're running a risk of possibly getting a fake and whatnot. Again, it's been out since 2007, so the possibility of there being fakes is quite high. Alright, so with that, let's go ahead and get right into the notes of this fragrance. The notes of this fragrance consist of violet leaf, patchouli, musk, and amber. Alright, so a very simple note lineup that we have here, and it was, this fragrance was an interesting one for me to review. I thought when I saw the notes this would be a very simple fragrance, and at the end of the day it kind of is, but at the same time it's not. The thing that really had me moving away from this fragrance was the fact that it's a very heavy musk fragrance. I'm not the biggest fan of musk because I find in a lot of fragrances, it's usually overused or used incorrectly or in a way that I don't really like. And it gives it an unappealing kind of taste. It gives different fragrances an unappealing taste. Well, this one, I have to say, this is a very clean musk. But at the same time, it gets dirtiness from patchouli, and it comes off as a dirty fragrance overall. But the fact that it's a clean musk really kind of opens me up to the scent. And when it's clean like that, it kind of gives off this powdery vibe, right? The violet leaf is really what takes center stage in this fragrance. You get a heavy violet leaf presence. The musk is, underneath the whole fragrance, kind of bringing it up. And you have the patchouli that's right there. Now the amber, I don't really get that much of the amber. I can detect like trace amounts of the amber coming in through, and it gives it a little bit of this like amberish sweetness. But what's overall dominating the scent is really that violet leaf, that musk, and that patchouli that are giving it this dirty and at the same time, clean, musky feel. This fragrance has a very interesting juxtaposition that I really enjoy. It's just absolutely fantastic on that matter. But I will say this right off the bat, it's a very masculine scent. It is a very masculine scent. This is masculinity in a fragrance bottle. And it's very interesting to note and just see how it develops on my skin. A lot of fragrances I recommend dually for both sexes, whether it be male, female. But this one is one that I just highly recommend for just guys. It's highly masculine, and people will definitely notice that it's a masculine scent. It's a powerful fragrance at that too. I'm getting roughly 12 to 16 hours on my skin with this one, and it projects a good amount. So this is no slouching when it comes to the performance of the fragrance. This is a great fragrance that is a good versatile fragrance. You can use it in almost any scenario that you can think of. It's a good fragrance for almost any time of the year that you can think of. Though, caution, in the summer, lay off the trigger a little bit just because you might choke a couple people out with this one. Age-wise, I do think that, and I'm sorry, I forgot one thing, and that's with the actual application. Try not to go more than 2 sprays, and in the summer I would be confident going with just 1 spray. But that's generally my fragrance usage with it. Age group wise, I really do think that this is a more mature scent. That you really have to be a more mature person in order to pull this one off. And I'd probably say anywhere between the ranges of 25 and up, or maybe 30 and up, are the most apt to actually wear this fragrance. But ideally, you have to be a more mature person, I think, to pull this one off correctly than a more immature person, if you will. So again, but age ranges, they're just thrown out there. You know, by all means, try it out. You may do perfectly fine with it, and you may be a youngster. Just a suggestion. Now, compliments-wise, despite the fact that what I've been saying, the musk in this fragrance, I like musk, sorry, I don't really like musk in fragrances, but this one surprised me with how it was coming up. I wasn't really expecting to get compliments with this fragrance as, you know, something that I don't like. It kind of surprises me usually when people compliment it. But this one was one that got multiple compliments when I wore it, which to me was very surprising. I thought it was doing okay with it, but I guess it's combined with the fact that it's got powerful projection and personality to it, that it gives it, combines with your skin, and it really gives you a presence. It really gives you a very, I'd say, authoritative presence, and that's why you're getting compliments with it. And that's why I think that I got compliments with it going around, and people, they loved the scent on me. So, if I'm going to go ahead and give this fragrance a rating, I give this fragrance a rating a 10 out of 10. I think this is an unheralded gem that I'm surprised that I missed, but I can see why so many people are talking about this fragrance, or were talking about this fragrance for a good bit. It gets a 10 out of 10 for a couple reasons. The first reason is that despite the fact that it was released in 2007, this still is a unique fragrance. It's very unique in its own right. You get it, you're not going to really be smelling like anyone else. Two, I think this is a signature scent-worthy fragrance. It's a fragrance that you can wear in almost any single occasion that you can think of, and you'll be pulling it off just fine. Three, this is a masculine fragrance, if you will, and it really helps define a person. There are not many fragrances that actually do that. You wear fragrances. A lot of fragrances are just an accessory. This one kind of mixes in with you and helps define you, if you will. I know that sounds strange, but that's the best interpretation that I can actually come up with. Four, great price. You can get it for a great price. I mean, like I said, under $30 you can possibly get this one for. So for that, you know, for that cost, for what you're getting, unparalleled, excellent idea. Overall, I mean, there really isn't anything negative that I have to say about it, except for the fact that, and it's probably the biggest thing, despite the fact that I'm giving it a 10 out of 10, I probably will not get a full bottle. When I was collecting fragrances, this would easily have got a full bottle-worthy mark note all over it. But yes, this is a good smelling musk, but I generally tend not to wear musks. So for that, I'm still probably not going to get it, which should not discourage you from getting it, trying it out on. This is also one of those fragrances that I think it's going to have, you know, that polarizing effect. A lot of people are going to love it, and some people are going to absolutely hate it. Unfortunately, I think I fall in the more towards the love it mark, but I'm not gaga over it. That said, I still recognize a great fragrance when I see one and when I come across one, and Narciso Rodriguez, for him, I believe, is one of those great fragrances. So give it a try if you haven't. Go out, you know, grab a sample, see what you think of it. It's a very aggressive scent, but at the same time, I do think that it is a good scent. All right? So thank you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on Narciso Rodriguez for him. Thank you guys. Take care of yourselves, and you guys have a great day.